doing? Here's our second book, 50 Reasons to Love Animals, written by Catherine Barr, illustrated by Hanako Clulo.
I definitely love that because look right here. Cat ready.
She loves story time. This book was $9.99 at your school book fair. We just picked it up. It's a little featured book they had. Discover 50 reasons to love animals. Lions have magnificent shaggy manes. Penguins go tobogganing on their tummies. Bears wiggle and dance as they scratch. Whales sing songs, and elephants can feel sadness. But all the animals in this book especially need our love now more than ever. Learn about their habitats, what makes them special, and show them you care with simple activities you can do at home. All right. Colorful.
Whoa, I love the art.
Okay, here we go. Animals are amazing. In this book, you can meet some of the incredible animals on planet Earth today, from blue whales to ancient sea turtles, gentle elephants to grizzly bears, and bold lions to colonies of penguins. Explore their homes, meet their neighbors, and discover how they have adapted to life on Earth. These animals need our love more than ever before. Many of them are endangered, which means they are at risk of going extinct. 5 times in Earth's history, over half of all animals and plants have mysteriously died out. But today, species are becoming extinct much faster than a natural rate. One of the biggest reasons why animals are disappearing is that humans are destroying the habitats where they live. Remember the little bobcats over by the freeway?
Yeah.
Well, we built a freeway in their middle of their home, and then they were running across the freeway and getting killed.
Yeah.
It's very
I
sad.
remember one time we were going somewhere and I saw like something that looked like a bobcat, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I saw like one walking on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discover 50 reasons to love the animals that depend on wild places to survive. Find out why these places are disappearing and how you can help. So we have the dry savanna, the colorful coral reef, icy poles, evergreen forest, open ocean, and tropical forest. There's a lot of habitats, Dylan. Dry savanna. This rich grassy habitat is found near the equator, mostly in Africa. In the rainy season, giraffes, elephants, hippos, lions, wildebeest, and antelope wander over the land, visiting busy water holes to drink. But many of these animals are threatened by hunting or habitat loss. Look, this is the African elephant. Baby elephants take a year to figure out how to eat and drink with their strange long noses. Number 2, giraffes give birth standing up. So their babies start life with a bump as they fall to the ground. That's the real joke is, did you fall on your head as a baby? Well, these ones did. Number 3, hippos keep their cool by releasing their own sunscreen, a sticky red fluid that protects them from the sun's harmful rays.
I wish I had some like that during the summer.
Yeah. As dusk falls, predators like lions shake off their sleep and come out of the shadows to hunt. The roar of these magnificent beasts can be heard for miles, but they are now extinct in many countries. The number of lions has almost halved. That means cut in half. In the last 20 years, as people and their livestock have spread onto their wild land. Number 4, lions have special glow-in-the-dark orange eyes, which help them to spot prey in dim light. Number 5, this noisy little primate folds its ears away when it leaps through tangled trees or falls asleep. Number 6, the pangolin is a rare, shy creature that quickly curls into a scaly ball to escape predators like lions. Show you love a pangolin. Pangolins are little known but very endangered animals. Discover 10 facts about pangolins and share them with your class at school. We'll have to go look that up later. In the day, elephants doze in the shade or use their tusks to strip bark to eat. Once there were 10 million African elephants. Today, because of people using their land and poachers hunting their ivory tusks, which are very expensive, they're worth money, but it's terrible what they do. There are fewer than 415,000 left. They share the savanna with ostriches and antelope who are always ready to run for their lives to escape predators. Some antelope don't seem to drink at all. They get enough water from the plants that they eat. I don't know about you, but I'd be very thirsty. The secretary bird. This bird can knock a dangerous puff adder or cobra on the head before swallowing it whole. Wow.
Well, that is amazing.
It is. Okay, now we're in the coral reef. Coral reefs are made by tiny living polyps which build hard tubes to protect their soft bodies. The reefs also provide food and shelter for more than a quarter of all plants and animals in the oceans. These gardens of the sea are home to an amazing variety of species, but they are being damaged by climate change. Many marine sponges have chemicals that are used in medicine to treat diseases like cancer. Wow, that's fascinating. Look at that little turtle. A hawksbill turtle. A seahorse. These jewels of the sea are actually fish, and strangely, the male seahorses give birth. Ooh. Well, now they know what it feels like. Spiny lobsters do the conga in lines of 50 at a time, migrating across the seafloor.
Oh.
Wow. I love the colors in this book.
Me too. I love.
Sea turtles have been swimming in our oceans for 100 million years. Some species visit coral reefs to feed as they travel thousands of miles back to the place where they were born to lay their own eggs. But today they swim in polluted seas, get tangled in fishing nets, and feed in reefs damaged by climate change. All species of turtle are now endangered. Sea turtles mistake floating plastic bags for jellyfish, which multiply in warmer weather. Sea turtles have to crawl further to lay their eggs, out of reach of rising sea levels caused by polar ice melting as Earth's temperature rises. These poor little turtles. Look at this, the blue-striped angelfish.
And turtles usually bury their eggs in the sand. And the baby turtles got to be careful because like seagulls and birds can swoop down and get them.
Yeah, I know. Coral, it's called the food chain. You know, everyone's got to eat, right? Coral polyps are home to tiny algae that give their corals their kaleidoscope colors. From slow-moving starfish and giant snails to graceful swimmers like sea turtles, dolphins, and sharks, many species are dependent on the sunlit waters of the coral reef. But as global warming increases the temperature of the oceans, coral reefs bleach and die. More than a quarter of coral reefs have disappeared in the past 30 years, threatening the survival of millions of creatures. Look at, there's the green turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Sea snakes help people study ocean currents as they follow currents around the world. It's a cute little one. I have socks like that. Okay, dolphins find their food using sound waves which bounce back from schools of fish. That's the bottlenose dolphin. We saw something similar to that at the aquarium. All the schools of sardines, there's tons of them. The reef shark. Reef sharks hang out in schools in the day, but these top predators go solo for their nightly hunts. It's like a night stalker, huh? Icy poles. For millions of years, bright white ice at the North and South Poles has reflected sunlight, helping to keep the planet cool. But today, the Earth is getting hotter and the ice is melting fast. So, the places where the animals live are changing too. In the Arctic, polar bears are struggling to find ice strong enough for them to rest and fish. They're very heavy. Did you know that polar bear skin is all black underneath that shaggy white fur? Seals use their whiskers to help them hunt underwater where they cannot smell. There's the harp seal, and there's a seal pup, little baby. Okay, number 20, a puffin's beak changes color during the year, turning orange when it's looking for a mate. How cute. I didn't know that. Here's a killer whale, Dylan. So much going on in the tippity top of the planet.
Also, fun note, sea otters have like a little flap in their propeller to where they can store food, and you keep like rocks and stuff in there so they can crack it open.
Very interesting.
Okay.
You're learning a lot.
Yeah.
Emperor penguins live in Antarctica, which has the strongest winds, the driest desert, and the lowest temperatures on the planet. Boy, that sounds miserable. But the ice here is disappearing fast. If this continues, some scientists believe that half of all emperor penguins could disappear in the next 50 years. Emperor penguins can survive in very low temperatures of minus 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Ooh, that is cold, Dylan. Unlike other birds, penguins have solid bones. This makes them heavy and helps them deep dive. Arctic seal pup fur keeps them cozy and warm in freezing Antarctic air. Look how they all stick together.
Yeah,
I guess you have
one
to.
whole family.
Yeah. Well, it's like a whole gathering of them. They're very friendly to each other.
And people.
Blue whales migrate from the poles to tropical waters where they mate and months later give birth to the biggest babies in the world. Like other great whales, this astonishingly large mammal almost died out during the 20th century because of humans hunting for its meat, oil, and bones. Many whales are still endangered today. So we have the blue whale calf. Tiny algae grow on the blue whales' super slippery bellies, so they look yellow from below and bright blue from above. Oh, that's interesting. It's the blue whale. They're very big. Let's see here. We're halfway done. Number 25. Killer whales belong to the same family as dolphins, not whales. Yeah, like Shamu over at the San Diego.
Because killer whale is like similar to dolphins, except it's bigger. Yeah.
They could be a little unpredictable, though. I wouldn't want to be caught off guard with them in the water.
Me too.
Bears dance and scratch against trees to leave a scent for other bears to find. And number 27, porcupines can climb trees to look for food and even build nests in the branches. That's a cute little porcupine. And a bear. This is the black bear. Now, they're the kind of bears that I think you run from those bears and you play dead with the brown bears, but don't quote me on that. I'm not certain. Okay, now we're in the evergreen forest here. Forests are the lungs of our planet and home to most animals and plants on land. Some evergreen forests are peaceful, but others are noisy with machines cutting down trees for timber and paper for people all over the world. Number 28. Pine martens chat to their mates in huffs, chuckles, and screams. I wonder what that. We got to look those up on YouTube. Look at these little bear cubs there. Bamboo forests grow fast, providing food for animals like pandas that rely on it to survive. But people are dividing up the forest with roads, which makes it harder for pandas to meet and mate. More bamboo is also being cut down for paper, furniture, and farms as the human population increases. Pandas are endangered, but projects to save pandas are helping panda populations grow. That's why it's so important when you hear about a panda giving birth, like in a Chinese zoo or something like that, you know. Very special. And the bamboo forests are so beautiful. There's one in the Huntington Library.
Yeah.
Do you remember we walked through it?
Yeah.
29.
And there's like a couple bamboo trees up the street.
Oh, yeah, at the top of Amberwood, huh?
Yeah.
Bamboo has few nutrients, so although pandas chew it all day, they still have little energy to move. Number 30. Scrub-nosed monkeys live in the coldest, highest places of any monkey on Earth. Look at that little nose. Let's see here. Yeah, it's got a little snub nose for sure.
Yeah.
Golden pheasant. Oh, that's beautiful. The bright feathers of these beautiful birds fade in the sun, so they hide in shadowy forests.
Like peacocks with more popping colors.
Yes.
They're basically like peacocks, but different colors.
You're right.
So most people consider them as like a peacock, but that has different colors.
Pheasants. People hunt them. They shoot them and they eat them like little chickens. But I wouldn't. I would not want to hunt them. It's a sport, but that makes me sad. Grizzly bears like to live in old forests close to rivers and streams, but this habitat is under threat as people cut down trees to build roads in their search for oil and gas. Unfortunately, this can pollute the cool mountain rivers, threatening fresh water as well as forest animals. New roads are a danger to grizzlies too, which today occupy only a tiny bit of the land they used to roam. Number 32. Grizzly bears look clumsy and slow, but they can run as fast as a racehorse. Ooh. That's why you lay down and play dead, because you're not going to outrun that.
Yeah.
Bears sometimes catch salmon and elk, but mostly they just eat berries, leaves, and nuts. An elk's velvety antlers grow more if the sun shines. I didn't know that. Very interesting. Horsetail plant. Huh. All right. Okay, now we're to the ocean.
Yeah.
Ocean covers most of our great blue planet. It is full of life, even on the deep sea bed where there are bizarre creatures in unexplored habitats, and we rely on its salty waters for food. Oh, look, there's the octopus. Octopuses are super smart. They solve problems, use tools, and if bored, then they play. I think I'd want to be an octopus.
Me too, because then you can blend in from the predator.
And you have 8 arms, so you could do many things at once.
And you can spray your black predator of like black
That
stuff.
ink,
The
yeah.
It's like a special weapon.
It's their defense mechanism,
And
yeah.
you don't even need to carry it. It's attached to your body.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
But all kinds of marine life, from the sunlit surface right down to the seabed, can get tangled in fishing nets as ships trawl for fish in the open seas. Even the biggest animal on Earth, the blue whale, is difficult to find in the wide open seas. Yeah, they get very long in size too. Very menacing, but they're not menacing. They just look that way because they're so large.
Yeah.
Penguins, seals, and whales feast in the cold waters of the Southern Ocean. Many animals here eat krill, but this tiny pink creature is becoming harder to find. Young krill rely on sea ice for shelter and food, so the loss of sea ice due to climate change could lead to lower numbers of krill. This may threaten the future of many animals in the Antarctic food chain. The Gentoo penguins. Gentoo penguins are busy feeders, making up to 450 dives a day. Imagine if you were swimming with your friends and you jumped off the diving board 450 times.
Oh. My high record is like 11.
Yeah, and then you were waterlogged.
Because if I'm like in a pool party for like a long time, I usually jump off the diving board.
Yep. Okay, the leopard seal, very exotic. The only predator of the gigantic blubbery leopard seal is the deadly killer whale. Ooh, scary. Okay, we're getting down to the end, Dylan. Number 39. The longest penguin dive ever recorded was for 32 minutes by an emperor penguin. So he just held his breath for over a half an hour.
Oh.
Pretty amazing. Here we go. Only a tiny part of the ocean is protected. Around the world, oceans are polluted, awash with plastic, and overfished. Scientists estimate that the population of ocean animals has halved over the last 40 years. But many countries are working together to create more protected areas and care for the different ocean habitats. So we have the fishing boat, the dolphins, we have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Number 40, dolphins are deep thinkers. The emotional part of their brain may be more complicated than ours. We've seen dolphins in the ocean.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, 41, here we go. From the tip of its fluke all the way down to its gigantic mouth, the blue whale is the biggest animal on Earth.
I'll say.
Yeah. Look at this little guy. He says, "Get me away from that thing."
Okay, he thought it was a fish.
And the pelican with their big beaks. Okay, pelicans have giant throat pouches that they fill with water and swing around to keep cool. You see them at the beach, huh?
They also have like a little pouch to where they can like store food.
Yeah.
Only females though.
Yeah.
Females.
Okay, this is the last section, tropical forest. Tropical forests are warm, tangled jungles, home to half the species on Earth. From parrots squawking in the canopy to monkeys swinging between branches, elephants ambling, and armies of ants scurrying across the forest floor, rainforests explode with life. There's a scratch. See, elephants are smart. He says, "My back itches. I need a scratching stick." Well,
he uses his nose to scratch.
no, he got a stick and he wrapped it around his trunk. Elephants solve problems by using tools like sticks to scratch and branches to swat at flies. One of the biggest threats to this habitat is illegal logging, cutting down trees, which is destroying the places where forest animals live. So there's the orangutan. Okay, let's go back to number 44 though. We'll go in order. You can tell a tiger by its stripes. Each tiger is unique, just like your fingerprints. So there's the Bengal tiger, and its fly swatter is a branch. Oh, that's for the elephant, the Asian elephants. Okay, number 45, the orangutans. The orangutans are forest gardeners. They eat fruit and have hundreds of seeds in their poop, which gets scattered as they travel. Okay. Local people as well as wildlife depend on forests for their homes. lives in food. Southeast Asia is a land of forests, but many are now threatened by palm oil plantations. Companies are cutting down trees to plant this crop for people all over the world. So, sun bears, orangutans, and other animals are having to live in smaller and smaller areas of forest land. Sun bear. Wow.
Some bears aren't really aggressive. They eat like leaves and stuff.
Look, he's drooling because he sees a fish. Sun or honey bears love honey so much they even lap up the bees. Look, they're like, what's a few little bee stings, you know? There's a hive. There's a nest. There's a hornbill. Hornbills are the only birds with eyelashes, protecting their eyes from dust and sun. Well, you don't really see it in this picture, but you can imagine that it would have eyelashes, huh? What were you going to say?
I was going to say some bears aren't really aggressive. They'll just stare you down.
That's scary. I don't want to be stared down by a bear.
Well, not aggressive like they'd attack you, but if you mess up their habitat, they might, chase you. But, yeah.
Number, let's see,
48.
where are 48? I'm just trying to zoom in on some of these little sidebars here. Okay. African pear tree. Number 48. Chimpanzees are more closely related to humans than gorillas.
Yep.
The western lowland gorillas.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very colorful.
I want to read this last page.
Yes, please do.
Okay. I gotta get some practice.
Take your time.
Elephants roam forests in West Africa, often sharing spaces with people and sometimes gorillas. But a third of all lowland gorillas have been killed by Ebola. A fast spreading deadly disease that people catch too. Gorillas also face illegal poaching by local people for their meat.
Yeah.
Numbers.
So they kill them. Number 49. The blue turako climbs up high to avoid hunters after its bright blue and yellow feathers, sought for headdresses used in ceremonies. It's like tribal. Okay. And the last one is number 50. Elephants are difficult to find among the trees. If you are counting forest elephants, their poop is often the only clue.
Or footprints, because they might walk in like the dirt and their footprint might be shown.
I'll tell you what, that's one thing I won't be counting.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Never. Yeah.
The end.
Yay!
Tippy. She liked it. She
loves learning about other animals, even though she doesn't like it. She likes learning about them.
Tippy. She was ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Tippy. Oh, read one more? Well, we'll see.
We'll see.